So I'm going to show you how you can debug the build files which would you deploy on a Node server. For example, like DigitalOcean, once you run with the Node adapter. So in the start is what actually runs a Node process. But if you want to debug it, then you call it like this. So you just call node inspect, and then you call the CLI and start. You can also debug the index directly by just going like this, node inspect build index, and that's what you'd actually deploy on the server. So that's the way I'm going to do it and show you how you do it. One thing I've actually found is that you'd actually need to enable the source maps, especially with Chrome, and that will generate the source map files within your apps. So for example, there'll be references to source map files. Actually not that one, let me just find one of them. So like in the generated JavaScript files, you'll see that there's source maps here. Another source map. And also I wanted to say that there's like this is build folder, and there's also this sort of intermediary build folder that's out in this output here as well. So the build is actually what you deploy on your real servers, but these files are the same as the ones that are sort of in this output folder within the .svelte files. And I guess it's just an intermediate thing because the files are the exact same. Okay, so let's just start up this process. So I'm going to npm run debug index, like so, and I'm going to have a Chrome window open with the actual code source. So this is the page, and we're also going to open up Chrome DevTools. So this is actually Chrome debugger running right now, DevTools node, and you'll see what happens once we start up. And the connection automatically 9229 port happens automatically. So let's just start it up. So we can go here and we can see that we've connected to Node.js like so, and then we have actually we need to actually add in some debugger statements, which we've added in some debuggers manually into some of the generated code. So I'll just prove that to you. So for example, we're looking at the index.js within the app, and we have a couple of debuggers there like so. Actually I expected it to be hit. Sometimes it seems a little bit flaky to get the debuggers to hit. So what I've discovered is that what you can do is shut down this, go to your Chrome window, shut it down, and then you can open up another Chrome window, and then once we restart this debug process, hopefully we'll have a breakpoint hit. And it didn't happen again. Now this is something, sort of common issue I'm having. I've also noticed that this thing says here DevTools. They could not load this source map, and this actually is a reference to the in one of the files. I believe it's the index file. Let's see. I think it might be actually the index. Might be a bug in Svelte. So see, there's this server.js map there that's not actually loaded. So I'm not sure why the debugger is not being hit. Well, let's just go to Chrome, and we'll just, this shouldn't actually affect anything, but we'll open up another window in another Chrome window and see if we can get it to run. So you see that we changed the actual browser window there, and it actually executed. I'm trying to wonder whether it's something to do with incognito or not. I don't know. Let's just actually continue this out and go back to our incognito Chrome window and see if we can actually load it up again. This is incognito. Yeah, so you can see, so sometimes you can sort of change window, and it will enable you to debug, but I haven't quite got this process down exactly yet. So anyway, this is, as you see, when we're running in sort of Node version, we're not getting the load function called in the browser like we did with the dev mode with Vite. We're getting the loads function called in the actual node process. So we're seeing that. Sorry, I've got too many windows open up here, but I've got a small window. So this has actually been hit. So we have all the data coming in, and this will return our props. And if we just continue, we'll see that our route's been loaded. And also, if you go to other routes, These can be debugged as well. I'll just try and find another breakpoint to show you that. I'm trying to think what we could hit. Let me just go into the files, go into app.js, let's go to index. So I wonder what is it we can call every time we change route. Okay, so we can see that the node process, node server, we can debug it as normal in Node. So, I mean, we shouldn't have to actually go and debug how Svelte works, but if there's problems, then this is basically a video to show you how to do it. If you can actually get the debugger to actually connect. I'm sure these processes will be documented and maybe they'll be more future proof. But basically, this is all I want to show you is you can actually debug things. Interesting thing to know is that the load function that we saw doesn't actually get hit again once we go back to load. Oh, we did. So I was at some point I was actually this wasn't getting called, so I was like, is something being invalidated or not? So yeah, so it's working this time, but for whatever reason, when I was doing that before, this was skipping this point. Okay, well, this is a little rough and ready video for you for debugging, and you know what, let's just stop the debugging and see if we can repeat that again. And instead of debugging the index, let's do debug start, which will be the actual call on the CLI within SvelteKit with start, and see if that works. Probably won't, on my luck here. You see how it's just like come in here and like it's not stopped on a debugger. Okay, so it worked on the load function, but actually it skipped some of the startup files, which was here up here in the debugger. Let's see. Yeah. So let's just stop it again. Once we stop the process, let's see if we can get the index file to debug again on open. So it worked. So it's only working on the load, it seems. Well, anyway, that's basically how you start with debugging, and I'm sure we'll refine this process. Thanks so much for watching. See you again soon. Bye bye.